Good afternoon and welcome to Ophelia's garden. It is the 3rd of March, a Friday, and I'm feeling very grumpy today. It has been raining consistently for on and off, not consistently, but for nearly 5 weeks. Every time I've had to go up the plot, it's been raining or it's rained very soon after. So I'm feeling grumpy, but I thought I could show you some of the seeds and whatnot that I've done so far and what I'm planning to do today. So first of all, let's start with, right. I made a trip to Aldi's yesterday because I believe the term is I needed milk. I think that's the code word. And I came home with a red gooseberry. There's a light on there, gooseberry. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Himana? I don't know. Red. It's a red gooseberry anyway, and apparently they are sweeter and not as tart as the green gooseberries. And the plant is actually looking, in fact, let's take this out. The plant, if you can see that, is looking very healthy. It's got some buds coming on it. It's got quite a few stems. It's not a piddly little plant, so it was $2.99, so I'm quite pleased with that. So I might actually get some good fruit from that this year, but I've no experience of growing gooseberries, so maybe a year or two, I don't know, but I'm crossing my fingers anyway. I've been told gooseberry wine is really nice to make, so whilst I'm not the biggest fan of eating the green gooseberries raw, if I don't like these as well, then I might make wine, but I thought $2.99, you can't go wrong really, can you? I also got some mixed gladioli. Now I haven't grown gladioli for maybe 10 years, no, 8 years, 8 years. And when I did, I didn't have much success with them. I was living in a cottage garden that I was renovating. Not living in the garden, obviously. Well, I virtually did. And the ground was really compacted and it was awful, and it was a huge garden. And I put these in, and I don't know if it was me, I don't know if it was the bulbs, I don't know if it was the garden, but they were rubbish. So I thought I'll try them again, but again, you get 99p, 50 bulbs. And they're quite sizable bulbs, and they're not soft, they're very firm. They look nice, so I thought I was going to put some of them up the plot, and I might put some of them in my garden here. If I'm going to buy flowers, I will buy either gladiolis or I'll buy from, sorry if that rustling's been really loud, sorry, or there's a local florist in Lichfield that does cut dahlias every year, and I know dahlias don't last too long when they've been cut, but I love them. And I can't cut them from my own garden. They need to stay there. So I always buy those. But that's the only 2 flowers I cut. So if I can grow my own gladioli, that would be cool. And I brought some Liatris spicata, is it? I don't know. I grow these anyway. I used to grow the white version as well, but they were in my old house. And I love them. And you get 50 for 99p. And they're on good nick again. So, I mean, if they fail, there's a couple starting to sprout, but it's not the end of the world. I'll get them in ASAP. But if they start to fail, then it's not the end of the world for 99p. And you're going to get some success, aren't you? Okay, so that's what I brought from Aldi's. I went to Lidl, because you have to. And I also got some seeds with my daughter. We brought some ornamental gourds because we're going to put a pergola up. And she picked up some watermelon seeds. I think that's a bit optimistic, but we'll see. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, these are my onions, and I've got Turbo and Stuttgarter, and I've sorted these out. These are all the good ones that are nice and solid and smooth skinned. Is that going to focus? There you go. So these are the good ones. So these Stuttgarter, which are quite mild, and Turbo, which are quite strong. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to put them in modular trays and plant one per module for now, because the bed isn't quite finished. I need to make sure there's no glass in there properly from the neighbour's greenhouse that was blue over our plot. So I want to give that another good going over once the rain's died off. So for now I'm going to put them in modules. And that's those. But I want to show you, if I show you a good onion, which is, it's got no squishiness to it. Focus, camera. Focus. Here we go. No squishiness to it. Nice smooth skin that's not coming off, and no mould or anything like that. Alongside something like this. I'm creating a shadow. This is soft and mouldy and nasty, or with a wrinkled skin, or with brown spots, things like that. Just, I don't even bother with them. Anything that shows any signs of wrinkliness and softness. This is not focusing very well, is it? I just take them out and get rid of them. I don't try to grow them, they're just gone. And I keep the good ones. So, okay. So that's onions. I will show you when I've planted all those up into the cell trays. And let me just take this off. These are my chilies. I started these off. I didn't put a date on, which is brilliant. It was about the 50. It was thinking it might have even been Valentine's Day, something like that. Middle of February, anyway. They just seem to be doing very nicely. I started them off in a heated propagator, and then once the majority of them had sprouted, I moved them onto our bedroom windowsill, which gets a lot of sun, and it's really, really warm in there, like over warm. So even on a dull day like today, the room's very warm. So they're doing quite nicely in there. They needed turning around. You see they're starting to lean. Can you see this? If you look, obviously the window has been on this side of them, and some of them are starting to lean over slightly to the light. So if your seedlings start to do that, it's important that you turn them around so that they don't grow bent. Okay. So these are varieties that I've got. I'm not into really, really hot chilies, so I've done some research as to ones that aren't too hot, and also one that may survive outside as an experiment. As I say, it's an experiment, but I do like my experiments. Sorry, the battery ran out, so I've just come back. Okay, so as I was saying, I don't like chilies that are too hot, and I was looking at the ones to grow outside. These ones are Calaro. I think it was these ones, I'll get to them in a minute, that you can grow outside. As I said, it's all an experiment. This one's looking a bit yellowy. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'm not too worried because that's looked like the weaker one in here anyway. And what I'll do, a couple of them are starting to get their true leaves coming through. So what I'll do is I will select the best one in each cell, because I don't need that many chilli plants. I'll select the best one in each cell, and then I'll take out ones like this and leave the best one to grow on. So I'm not worried that that one's not looking great. So that's Calaro. This is Anium. I don't know. Anium. Sorry, I'm dyslexic and I'm not very good at pronouncing things. Only 3 of those have come through, and they are looking a bit piddly. So don't know, if one of them grows, that would be good. This one is jalapeno, trusty old jalapeno, and they are doing fine. There's plenty of those. Hungarian hot wax, they look okay. And this one is Santa Fe, which is from seeds that I saved last year, and I don't know if it's the way I saved them or they've just been slow to germinate, because I know some chilies can take a while. I don't know, but they haven't come through at all. But I'm leaving them in there still, and they have this little lid over the top, but I have to watch it because this can get very wet. Like this, I hadn't taken off this morning because I knew I was going to do this, and it's got a lot of condensation inside, so you have to be careful. You don't want them to get too damp. Okay, so that's the chilies and onions and bulbs and gooseberry. I'm going to show you my sprouts and my potatoes. Right. These are my brassicas on a south-facing window in a heated propagator. Let me just show you what's inside. We've got babies. Sorry, I'm so excited about these. So we've got these ones. Oh, I know what these are. So they're red. These are my red drumhead cabbages. These are my cascade sprouts. These ones are Montgomery sprouts. I didn't have as many seeds. I had lots of cascade seeds. I only had 10 Montgomery seeds, so I've just sown 6, but only 5 seem to be coming through. That's okay. This is kiloton cabbage. Not many have come through, but that's okay. And this is an experiment. I put in some Roma tomato seeds, but none of them have come up yet. Hopefully they will soon. But once most things have germinated from here and they're a bit healthier and stronger, I will turn the propagator off and then I'll leave them in there for a few days, and then I will put them into the lean-to at the side of the house, which I will take you to next, where I put my next stage seedlings. Right then, this is the lean-to at the side of the house. And what I've got in here is I've got my sweet peas in toilet rolls. There's some kale growing in there as well. And these are some salvia cuttings that I took last, what date does it say? October. So they seem to be doing really nicely. They are Amistad and Love and Wishes. Whew, sorry, you fell over. So they're doing okay. Quite pleased with those. I think there's 4 or 5 in each pot. That one didn't survive, obviously, but they're doing quite well. I do have quite good success with cuttings, so I'm quite pleased. Okay, right, potatoes in my freezing cold studio. Well, not freezing cold, it's I don't know, it's probably about 8 degrees in here, but it's got no heating in it and it's got natural light from the window, and they seem to be doing really well. So I'm growing, these ones are Mary's Piper, and they are doing nicely. They're chitting away. Chits aren't huge, they seem really nice. Potatoes are still firm, it's good. And they are also Mary's Piper. These are small ones. So what I'm probably going to do with these, if I've got these big ones, I'll put 1 per spacing of not 1.5 feet wide. But with these little ones, I will put a couple of them in, like 2, not as far apart, because that isn't going to give me that much potatoes. So I'll put 2 little ones in together. And then these ones are King Edward. So they should be okay. They're really nice and firm. They're nice sweet potatoes, they are. Again, there's a couple of small ones, I'll put them in together. The King Edward are main crop. The Mary's Piper are like an early main crop. So these are Sarpamira, the famous blight resistant potato, which I'm giving a go. I'm hoping, because they'll be the plot, although I am going to do them in buckets, that it gives us more of a chance of getting a good crop up there. Especially I know that the Mary's Piper aren't great with blight. The first sniff of it and they're down. So hopefully those and another variety I'll take you to in a moment will give me more of a chance. And these are a main crop as well. These ones are Arran Pilot, and these are a first early. And as you can tell, they're looking a bit alien-like. They're ready to go. What I'm going to do is, so you see this, it's got a lot of chits on it. So I will reduce that to maybe 3, maximum 4. How many's on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I'll probably 3. So that I get decent sized potatoes rather than lots and lots of tiny ones in the space. So they'll go in, well, I've got the 21st of March off to put them in, officially first day, full day spring. We'll see what the weather's like. If it carries on raining like this, I might just sit and cry. And these ones, which are total first for me, and I'm really excited about, these are pink fir apple. And they're looking lovely. They come out in these knobbly odd shapes. They remind me of Jerusalem artichokes. Apparently you get that nice salad flavour, but they're a main crop and they store quite well. So you can get that nice salad flavour even into winter without having to buy any salad potatoes. And then lastly, these are my last ones. These are ones that I've never heard of before. other than, I can't remember who it was, I'll put underneath who mentioned them. I think it might be Dave on the plot, I'm not sure though, or is it Al? It might be Al's allotment, I'll put the name underneath, who said about them. Now these are Valor, which are also a main crop, and they are also apparently blight resistant but have a slight better flavour than Sarpamira. So I'm going to be growing these, and I got these seeds off eBay and they're really good quality. I'm really pleased with them. Again, some small ones, but also on a geek note, you know that we're gamers. Pokemon Go, I am Team Valor, and I will admit that did sway me in buying these potatoes. You probably won't understand that at all, but geek reference for you there. Okay, so that's my potatoes. Really looking forward to getting all these in and having a good crop of them, storing them. It's exciting. Okay, so that will be it for now. What I will do is, if I get all these onions sorted today, I will do you a little bit to add on to that, and then when I go up the plot tomorrow to look how much water there is everywhere, I might do a little video and add it on there as well. Okay, right, for now then, goodbye. Give us a thumbs up and all that jargon. Right, thanks, see ya. Hi guys, I just thought I'd do another last minute addition to put on the end of this video, which I'm going to try to get up tonight. I was asked what I want for Mother's Day, and it was quite a silly question, to be honest, because I'm a bit dahlia mad. So I have been brought lots of new dahlias and some lilies. I know it's not Mother's Day for what, like 3-4 weeks, but I like to get the chunky dahlias, so they've got nice chunky tubers, rather than being left with some wilted, sprouted dahlias at the end of the month. So we went to 2 Wilkinsons. Now I get a lot of my dahlias from the local nursery, but I thought these are £1 each, and I had a thing this year. I really wanted these ones with the white tips. I've never had them before, and this one looks great. Called Jamaica, is it? Yeah. Candy stripe, that's so cool. I love the pom-poms, and this is a cactus variety called Star's Favourite. Last year my favourite dahlia was Star Elite that I got from the local nursery, and I don't know if they're going to have it in again, so I brought this just in case, because I can't get the Star Elite anywhere without a very, very high postage cost, which I'm not willing to pay when I can get this, which looks pretty much identical. So I've got plenty of dahlias. I'm going to get something to open on the day as well, obviously, but I'm really excited. I love dahlias. I start these off quite early. I start them off in late March inside, and they basically take over my bedroom, all the dahlias, because as I said earlier, it's very light and warm. And then they'll gradually, I don't put them outside until they are about 18 inches high, because that way they will fight off more slugs, they're more resilient, and I also don't water them too much so that they aren't as succulent and tasty. All my plants are raised quite hard, not overwatered at all. So I can't wait to get these ones started. I lost a lot last year because I put them in the shed here at the new house, and the shed is right next to the canal, and I really underestimated how damp it would get, and a lot of them got mouldy and squishy, and I was really upset. But I've got new ones, and I've got some left from last year, and I will be getting more. And this is my first lilies. My daughter chose these for me. I'm not a big fan of lilies, but she wanted these, and we've got cats. And if you didn't know, lilies are poisonous for cats. So we won't be having these at home. These are going up the plot. And I'm sure they'll smell beautiful, but I'm to be converted anyway. Okay, so that's it. That'll be the end of this video, because I don't think we'll be going to the plot tomorrow, because the rain is just continuing and it's just everywhere. It's just a mud bath. So from my little setup here, I'm going to get away on now and do my onions. So good night, and I will see you soon. Thanks, bye.